Hello, everybody. This is Arthur Brown. Welcome to my Legacy Building podcast. If you don't know me, you're about to find out about me. Top 1% mortgage lender in the United States. I've been in this industry for 25 plus years. I know the game. I know the ins and outs. I grew up in the projects. I own multiple properties. Matter of fact, I think I've owned in my lifetime close to 25 properties. I have a wealth of experience that I will love to share with you to allow you to build your dreams in terms of not only legacy building for your family, but also generational wealth. With that being said, let's jump into it. Today, I'm going to talk about the housing market forecast for 2025. That's right. We are already in 2025. And I have to say, it depends on where you look at it. You can look at it as bad news. You can look at it, oh my God, here we go again. This is year 3. But let's be real, guys. Rates are projected not to get lower than what everybody was thinking middle part of the net last year. Let me explain that to you. Or say that again. Rates are not projected to be lower than what they had assumed it would be last year. So they assumed that rates would drop down probably into the low fives this time in 2025, somewhere in the 2025 middle part. A lot of it has to do with the tariffs, inflation, Federal Reserve thinking that, hey, look, if we're doing these tariffs on Canada and Mexico, that all of a sudden that could impact inflation, which means what? If inflation goes up, mortgage rates are actually going to go up. So the forecast is rates are going to stay anywhere between 6.25% to 7%. Now, with that being said, I don't get caught up in that, guys. I don't marry the rate. Let me say that again. I date the rate. I don't marry the rate. And I mean rate interest rates, because here's the deal. Like we talked about earlier, doesn't matter where the rates are at, is where you're going to end up when you refinance that home and get a lower rate. So when you see the inventory of homes out here and they're just sitting there, guess what, guys? Those are deals to be made. I've seen it way too many times. I've been doing this for 25 plus years. And I remember when I got into the business, the rates were 9.5. Yes, that's right. Interest rates were at 9.5. However, prices or homes were half of what the cost is now, right? So for me, once again, I don't let interest rates scare me because there are always deals to be had. The homes have been on the market for like the last 60 to 90 days, and that they're going for, say, 400,000, 450. Chances are the sellers are willing to negotiate, guys. So don't let the interest rates, don't let the 2025 forecast scare you in terms of what the market might look like this year, because once again, it's just a forecast. Anything can happen. It could be war that's going to go on with the U.S. I hate to say it. It could be a situation where we have a crisis where the Federal Reserve says, you know what, we're going to chop rates even lower, even though typically it doesn't have a huge impact on the mortgage side, but in reality, it really does. So just be prepared. 2025 is going to be a game changer. Here are the 3 market trends that you need to watch. Number 1, rising inventory. That means that you're going to have more homes on the market, which means what? There's not going to be as much of a competitiveness when it comes to multiple people putting offers on homes, which means that you have a leg up, which means that you can negotiate more, which means that the seller might be willing to negotiate with you, which means there'll be less money out of pocket that you have to come up with, which means that you might be able to get a hell of a deal, which means that you might be able to turn around and 2 years later, turn around and sell that property for $50,000, $60,000 more. Or better yet, hold on to it and let it appreciate more over years. And for you sellers, here's the deal. If you continue to catch that wave, and what I mean by catch that wave is that you've been looking at what everybody else is doing. Now you know you're ready to move to the next level, the next opportunity that exists with you pricing your home right, which is going to allow you to walk away with the money that you need to buy your new home. Number 2, mortgage rates normalizing, which basically means that they're going to lower off. And to be honest with you guys, over the last 2.5 years, this is what we've seen, right? We've seen rates anywhere from 6 to almost 8% normalizing. And if you remember what I said earlier, guys, even though the rates are higher, they're probably not going to be nowhere near. A matter of fact, let's be honest, they're not going to be anywhere near when it was in 2021, 2022. But I'm going to keep preaching, guys. When people are in the game, the real estate game, they don't get caught up in the interest rates. They look for the best opportunity out there to buy a deal, right? So always remember, there's always opportunity. And if you're like the average American where you're sitting back saying the rates are going to drop, 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 well, hell, you might have bought a place in 2028. By that time, I'm on my 18th property. So remember, don't wait for the rates to drop. Get it now while you can. And also, you can leverage your equity, but I will say that for another video. But remember, the only way you leverage your equity is what? If you're buying real estate. Number 3, non-QM loans will explode. Non-qualifying mortgages, bank statement loans, non-borrower qualified loans. No DOP loans, which means that we're basically qualifying you strictly off your FICO score. Those particular loans are going to explode, guys, because let me break it down to you. The reason why we had the mortgage crisis back in 04, 05, 06, 07, 08 is because of non-QM loans, right? And I'm going to be real with you. However, fast forward to almost 20 years later, they figure out a way to know, okay, how do we digest these loans to fit into our portfolio that they won't go into foreclosure? I always knew that the loans were going to come back. It was just a matter of time. It's like anything else in life. As time passed, healing happens. So just know that the non-QM loans will definitely take off this year in 2025. It's not just going to be your regular employee who makes $20 an hour. We got these people that are self-employed. They're going to be in the game too. That's going to be out here buying real estate. And here's the cool thing is, with those tax returns that you say you're making X amount of income, now you don't have to say you're making X amount of income. You're going to still be able to buy a home. So all my self-employed borrowers, be excited because we are coming up with creative ways to help you buy your home. And it's not just self-employed borrowers. It could be 1099 borrowers. And it could honestly even be first-time home borrowers. And if you guys know me, I'm pretty creative when it comes to financing across the board anyway. So I'm excited. Like I said, I'm giving you guys good information, and be ready. Reach out to me like you always do. Don't hesitate to check in with me on my YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm here to get you guys taken care of. Let's kill it in 2025. Let's see where we stand. And once again, do not marry the interest rate. Date it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.